I'm Simon Esler, Dad Army Captain, filmmaker, content creator, life cycle celebrant, and unschooling dad. And as someone who has studied modern warfare for almost a decade, I have become acutely aware of genuine operations seeking to attack our children. While some of this is more overt, involving the kidnapping and enslavement of children, we are also faced by much more subtle and sophisticated criminal operations. Not only are our children now being trafficked online via social media platforms like Instagram, caught openly facilitating pedophilia, but we are faced by psychological influencing that seeks to ideologically subvert our children from a young age. Some of this ideological subversion is, of course, coming from the left side of the political spectrum. There are genuine neo-Marxist influences infiltrating many areas of our society, and arguably these influences infiltrated much of the left-wing population itself. At the same time, if we become entrenched in the notion that this is a political war, we risk blinding ourselves to influences that are operating outside of the political spectrum. For example, when I looked into the impact of gender ideology on our youth, I found that many were falsely attributing this phenomenon merely to political influencing. I saw media on the left and the right using the issue to recruit people further and further into divisive political stances, creating social conditions that actually make it harder to protect children. When I was making my documentary film 𝘓𝘓, I knew this couldn't be about something as unsophisticated as left-wing versus right-wing politics, but what I found still shocked me. While there was, in fact, a 4,000% rise in teenage girls in the UK seeking gender-affirmative care over an 8 to 10 year period, and a quadrupling of the same group in the US seeking gender surgeries over a 1 year period, something else has been rising in the background. There has also been an exponential rise in girls seeking cosmetic genital surgeries, or what is known as labiaplasty. This procedure has proven to be medically unsound and has in fact ruined the lives of many women and girls, causing permanent damage to their genitalia, some losing the ability to orgasm. So why is this relevant? Because this trend has occurred alongside the trans craze and has nothing to do with gender ideology. It is occurring because of medical corruption, miseducated parents, and social norms that we as a society have not taken seriously enough. The issue of young girls cutting, modifying, and injecting their bodies based on fixed trends they have been handed during the most vulnerable years of their lives is not a political issue. It's much deeper and broader. And to protect girls and children in general from the elements of our society that have become so dangerous, we need foundational solutions. So, in addition to releasing my film 𝘓𝘓 in an attempt to raise awareness of the scope of what we're up against, I am also releasing a book called Legacy Keepers: Protecting Your Child's Heroic Journey. This book addresses one of the foundational problems with child rearing today, the lack of meaningful, intentional rites of passage that are designed to address the unique nature of each child. If we look closely at what a young girl goes through when she enters the stages of gender-affirmative care, there is a pattern that I believe most people are missing. She has entered an unstable time in her life. Her body is rapidly changing. Its capacity to bear children is arising, and she is up against the pressure of suddenly being seen as a sexual being. This is occurring under the influence of people like Miley Cyrus and Beyoncé, who are uplifted in the media as feminist icons, telling young girls that the way to be a powerful woman is to become hypersexualized. Facing these challenges and the unknowns of womanhood that now seem terrifying, the teen girl seeks guidance. She finds solace in teachers, counselors, and social media, who all tell her that her rejection of womanhood is not because of toxic notions of feminism, but because she is a boy inside. They take her inner turmoil and reframe it for her, giving her a new way of seeing herself and the world. She is shown that gender norms are a kind of violence, oppressing people like her, and that there is an uprising of gender nonconformity happening around the world, and that she too can be part of this revolution. She is now given new pronouns, a new name, and through social transitioning, surgeries, and hormones, she is given a new body. And when she emerges in her new form, she is celebrated by her teachers, her counselors, and the horde of girls like her on social media. She is stunning and brave. She is welcomed in her new status, welcomed into the ongoing culture war, and told she is a revolutionary, a freedom fighter. Now, as a certified life cycle celebrant, someone who has studied the history of ceremony and ritual and the art of creating custom rites of passage, I saw this pattern for what it is. All the phases this girl is going through are precisely the phases of a rite of passage. This is notable, most importantly, because human beings have used and have needed rites of passage to move through difficult, meaningful phases in life throughout the majority of human history. We are deeply, psychologically primed to respond to rites of passage because they meet a very deep need in the human condition. And one of the main reasons this psychological influencing has been so effective is because we are failing to meet this very real need. So, if you want to understand more and join my mission, check out daughtersofthewestfilm.com to see my film Cut, join my newsletter, and head to simonessler.com for more information on my new book, Legacy Keepers.